We are just days away from the North American Gold Cup for our Jamaica side, where we'll be up against Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao and Suriname in the group stages. And then I think if we get through the group stages, I think it's kind of just straight into knockouts, isn't it? Yeah, into the quarterfinals and then hopefully all the way through to the finals, just in case you're interested. This is what the groups look like. So it's going to be Mexico getting through in Group A for certain. Probably Costa Rica and Haiti getting through in Group B. Group C is going to be ourselves and Trinidad and Tobago, and Group D is probably going to be, well, it's going to be the USA and probably Canada, isn't it? So, I mean, if we can win it, I'd love to win it, obviously. From a Montego Bay United side, it is nothing's happened because the season technically hasn't started yet. We're going to play the Gold Cup first, then the transfer window will open, then we'll bring in a bunch of players and probably sell some really good people as well. And yeah, obviously, we'll hopefully win absolutely everything with Montego Bay and obviously hopefully win something with Jamaica. We made it all the way through to the final of the North American Gold Cup, and a defensive mistake from the United States sets us up for our first goal of the game. On the 17th or 18th minute, we double our lead. Nesta Firth collects this through ball, just dinks it over the goalkeeper. It is 2-0 to Jamaica. And we were not done there. In the 60th minute in the second half, Ebanks on that right-hand side, he's got 5 in the box to pick from. Tries to find somebody, finds Nesta Firth. He's able to put the ball away. Questionable, might have been offside. But it didn't matter, it was 3-0. United States, however, decided now is the time to start playing football. Hunt makes it 3-1 in the 75th minute. In the 84th minute, they get themselves a second goal of the game, making it 3-2. Overgaard finds Nguyen at the back post, blasts it past Kevon Johns. But that was it. That was all she wrote. And Jamaica have won the North American Gold Cup. Nesta Firth with a brace, Ebanks as well with a goal. We've actually won our first proper trophy, I think, in charge of the Jamaica side. Maybe this might be our best. This could be as good as it gets, but I still have high hopes of a World Cup. It's very unlikely, isn't it? Just in case you're wondering, this is how everything played out. So we beat Trinidad 3-0, we beat Curacao 3-0, we beat Suriname 5-1 into the quarterfinals, beating Panama 4-1, beating Puerto Rico 3-2 in the semi-finals, and then obviously, as we've just seen, beating the United States 3-2 in the final in front of 107,601 screaming Americans. We managed to beat them and embarrass them, I assume. And that basically rounds off our entire kind of season for the Jamaican national side. We do have the North American Nations League, which I think happens every season, or every other season, something along those lines. So we do have that, but I don't know whether it's kind of we're going to get to the final or not as part of this season. For our Montego Bay United side, it is the 6th of September. It's the 6th of September for the Jamaican national side as well. We don't have a weird separate calendar. We have obviously played just the one match in the Caribbean Cup, beating Capua 3-1, but we've only played once, so we're not actually in the top 2 at the moment. We've obviously had a transfer window which is opened and closed as well, so let's see what we've done there. 2 players have left on permanent deals. Moussa Doumbia, the Malian and technically Jamaican goalkeeper, has left and signed for Mount Pleasant, using my policy, which is still completely available, to just buy my players from like Mount Pleasant and Cavalier and some of the big teams. I might just extend it to most teams now in Jamaica. If you want one of my players, just ask and you can probably have him. And secondly, Ignacio Vitale has already left the club. I thought this might be the case. He's moved over to Chelsea under 21s, weirdly. He's gone for £2.3 million, possibly going up to £3 million. It's a massive, massive loss, but there is a 50% sell-on clause in there. So it sounds like a silly transfer to do. On paper, we brought him for £8 million, played him for a season, sold him for a huge loss. But if he's going to be a world-class footballer, he's worth £45 to £64 million at the moment. We're getting that money back and then some, aren't we? Joining the club in order of expense, Damari Bradford, a 23-year-old Jamaican left and right winger signed from Portmore United, immediately going back on loan to Portmore United, £450,000. He has cost. I've got a sell-on clause in there, so if we do sell him on in the future, they do get a bit of a kickback from that. Brought him because he's Jamaican, basically. Didn't really need him. We have also bought the Jamaican number 1 goalkeeper. Kevon Johns has joined the club from LAFC. He's cost a lot of money, £3.5 million. And I don't know why I've done it, okay? Because he's not going to play. We're still going to stick with Barrington Cohen, but now we've got ourselves a very good backup in the shape of Kevon Johns. And we've also gone over to Argentina to spend £5 million on Nahuel Pereira, could be his name, from a racing club in Argentina. He's got 20 determination. I saw that number and went, that's very good. 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, 21 years old. If he becomes Jamaican, that would be amazing. He's not really great when it comes to the technical abilities with his 11 for tackling and passing, but he can learn. He's still young. I think it makes sense. And that is all the business we've done. We've obviously loaned out some people as well. So Smickle, Crawford, Bradford, Grant, Fairweather and Paluzzi all going out on loan to various teams around Jamaica as well. So that is how the season has begun. Financially, we've still got a huge sum of money, £37 million. It did spike. Why did it spike? This season we sold £13 million worth of players. We didn't. We definitely didn't. We sold £2.5 million. I have just seen, though, going back to last season, we've also loaned out a whole bunch of other players. But these are all free transfers up the top here and then a bunch of loans. So nothing that exciting. Some of you might just need to be clever and find who is no longer on this list. Because somebody's gone and I don't know who it is. I mean, we could look for our transfers, can't we? We could have a look through here. I think I found it. I think it's this one. Bakary Traore has moved over from Abha to RC Lens for £20.5 million. But I'm not sure, because I can't see the news article. It's not here saying that we've picked up a load of money from it, but that makes sense to me, right? Anyway, let's jump forward now then to just after Christmas, see how things go in the Caribbean Cup. I don't think Jamaica are going to do anything, are they? I've already forgotten that we'll play Mali, which will probably get cancelled, and we'll play a North American Nations League quarter-final instead, apparently. That's normally what happens. No, it didn't get cancelled. We did manage to play Mali and we beat them 3-1. We then played the Dominican Republic twice in the North American Nations League quarterfinals, beating them 6-0 and 3-1. So that looks like what we're going to be doing then. We are into the semi-final. We have also got Haiti and Mexico in the other semi-final, which I feel like is the same semi-final as pretty much every season, right? We do play this every year, right? That is most years. There's weird gaps for some reason. Probably we don't do it World Cup seasons. I think that might be it. Everything else we will play it, but World Cup years we won't bother. For Montego Bay, 12 games played in the league, 12 wins in the league. No massive ones, just a lot of 6-0, so I can say a couple, 4 6-0s in a row. We've beaten Mount Pleasant in the Caribbean Cup final. In the JFF Cup final, it's Via United. In the North American Champions League, it is going to be Atlanta or Herediano from Costa Rica, so Atlanta United. We've also got a transfer window which has opened. We've got £37 million to spend if we fancy spending it. I will spend some money. I think we've got to the point now where we've got £37 million. It's stupid not to spend maybe £5 million on somebody. I have just realised I didn't tell you at the start of the season who we've locked in. So we've got Ketenge, Guadango, Cassidy and Gazalbez who are all locked in. So Ketenge is actually now Jamaican, which is good. Problem is, if I talk to him, he doesn't want to represent the Jamaican national side. He wants to get in the France team, which is not going to happen unless it's maybe he's thinking about the Democratic Republic of Congo team. That's also not going to happen. We've also got Guadagno playing next to him. Obviously, these players are not registered for the Premier League or the Jamaican League, but they will be playing in Caribbean Cups and stuff like that. So Guadagno hopefully going to be improving a little bit. We've got Cassidy on that left-hand side. Needs some game time. Needs to get better. And we've got Gazalbez as well. Needs some game time. Needs to get better here too. He's actually playing both League and Cup games because he needs to get better, okay? I feel like I thought he was better than what he was. He's not really improving quick enough. Anyway, like I said, £37 million to spend. Let's jump to around February, see if we actually do spend any of it. Just before we talk about any transfers in the Jamaican Premier League, we've played, I think, 4 more matches, winning all 4, positive 83 goal difference. Everything else obviously hasn't changed. Actually, it has. We've played Via United. We've now got Tivoli Gardens in the JFF Cup semi-final. Well, now it's the 27th of January and the transfer window has closed, and we have sold a couple of players to Mount Pleasant FC, players that arguably we shouldn't have sold because I feel like there's going to be some potential there and we can actually make use of them ourselves. But we've decided to use that policy of just selling anyone to Mount Pleasant if they come in with an offer. Roxroy Wolf is the first one to move over for £550,000. I think they might be making use of that money that we gave them a couple of seasons ago. 725 as a potential value in total as well. And for $350, possibly going up to $450, Osmar Bertoni, a player that joined us a few seasons ago, has also moved over to Mount Pleasant FC on a permanent deal. We never played him, but I think he's actually going to become Jamaican soon. Well, maybe not soon. I don't think he was ever going to be good enough for us. I think we found him randomly through a scout, kind of turned up and went, hey, look at my player. And I went, yeah, he's got some nice determination and things. He's a perfectionist. We'll bring him in. We have also spent a silly amount of money replacing Aguiar, a player who obviously left in the summer, moving over to Arsenal. It is Nicolas Luciano Bocala, who has joined from a Racing Club in his native Argentina, a 25-year-old continental reputation footballer. £10 million we have spent on him. I think we need to start doing this more often. We are buying top quality footballers now, which is kind of ridiculous, the fact that we can do that in charge of a team in Jamaica. We've also played, obviously, a few more matches. We've got 16 games and now 16 wins to our name. 83 goal difference, 48 points on the board. Treasure Beach only 11 points behind us. It's still a long way. They'll never catch that up. From a Jamaica perspective, obviously, the next thing that is going to take place is the North American Nations League semi-final, and I can only assume final, where it is going to be USA versus Jamaica, obviously, and Haiti versus Mexico. Last season, was it last season? I don't think it was last season, but we came third place, didn't we? It was 2054-55, so it was last season. This is a weird competition. I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's a weird competition. Maybe this season is the season that we can win this. Possibly. Would be nice. It can add to our first ever North American Gold Cup win in 2055 as well. So, yeah, maybe we can win 2 trophies. Let's jump forward then to around March, April time, something along those lines. See how well we do. So in the North American Nations League, we do unfortunately fall at the semi-final hurdle, losing 3-2 against the USA. They go through to the final to play Mexico, where they lose 1-0. We did, however, finish third place. If we have a look here, we beat Haiti 5-2. I have just seen in the quarterfinals, Mexico beat Puerto Rico 18-0. Is that in one result? That's ridiculous. No, it's across 2. Okay, a 10-0 and an 8-0, but still, that's arguably too many goals. And for Montego Bay United, we obviously won the league. 26 wins out of 26, 122 goal difference, 78 points, which is obviously what we're going to get if we win every single game anyway. In the North American Champions League semi-final up against Nashville, Inter Miami to take on America in the other one, so we might be playing America once again. And we're in the JFF Cup final up against Treasure Beach. I keep forgetting to mention this, by the way. Players that we've locked in for the second half of the season, it's the same, I believe, as the first half. So Kitenge, Guadango, Cassidy and Gonzalez will be our players basically playing until the end of the season, or they have played basically now till the end of the season. We do still have, obviously, the knockout thing, which we should probably win that as well. Obviously, another season and another terrible youth intake. We are not really going to be picking up too many of these players. They do have high potential, but I mean, 4-star potential against our team isn't really world class, is it? It's not going to be a world beating player. Curtis Mullings is one of them, 15-year-old centre back. He's 6 foot. He's a big lad. We've got Dennis Burton as well, 16-year-old attacking midfielder. I do quite like the look of Burton. We've also got Keith Biggs. Is he worth having a look at? He's okay. Needs to train in a position that we actually play. We've also got Michael Ogachukwu, who is basically fast, and that is all. And a Moroccan man called Moha, who is 6'7". He's an absolute unit at 16. And we also have a Peruvian man called Sebastian Diaz, who isn't very good. I don't know whether I've mentioned this before. I think it's only recently happened. It has. At the start of this season, we actually lost our Liverpool FC feeder club, the team from Uruguay, and we've replaced it with UTC, which is Universidad Técnica de Cajamarca, might be their name, from Peru, which is why we're now getting Peruvian players through, not Uruguayans. Anyway, one last thing to do then before we round out this season. We're going to jump to the end of it. We're going to see how well we do in all of the competitions that we have left over. The Jamaican national side, I don't think, have got many games. They've got a couple of World Cup qualifiers, but basically we're only going to be halfway through the qualifying round. We should top that group quite comfortably, shouldn't we? Right, it's now the 4th of June. Before we take a look at Montego Bay, let's take a look at how well things have gone for our Jamaican national side. We have played 2 North American World Cup qualifiers, winning 5-0 and 10-0 with a positive 15 goal difference. I think at this point it's already kind of safe to confirm that we are going to be going to the World Cup, or at least through this round. I feel like I should check this. We are in the second round. So we have to go to a third round, and that's when we might qualify. Right, I understand. We also enter the Copa America next season, at the very start of next season. We're in Group D with Chile, Ecuador and Paraguay. Can we win the Copa America? Have we even got close? Ever? I'm going to assume probably not. It is just South American sides. I mean, USA pop up occasionally, but for the most part, it's just South American sides. We've got Mexico as well, kind of in there sporadically too. So if we can win this, I'll be very surprised. I feel like we might have a better chance of winning the World Cup, because we might draw some just absolute garbage from, I don't know, like Asia or Europe or someone like that. But if we get stuck, I mean, this group is difficult, right? Chile and Ecuador are good. Paraguay, we saw last season, not so good apparently. And then the last thing to have a look at is we are currently 25th in the world rankings. We were all the way up in 24th. We are steadily climbing. Think we do need to win something, though. We need to get ourselves a nice big trophy under our belt, or another trophy under our belt. Copa America would do it. For Montego Bay, we win the JFF Cup, beating Treasure Beach 5-2. It is now the 7th win in a row of the JFF Cup. We also beat Treasure Beach in the final of the Jamaican Premier League, which makes it our 5th win in a row, a 5-1 win here. And in the North American Champions League final, it was America for the first time in a few years that we played them. And of course, the result went exactly how you thought it would. Palmer opens the scoring for us after just 2 minutes. Just 2 more minutes on the clock and we double our lead. Gonzalez plays it out to Roy on that right-hand side. Down on the ground is Johnny Palmer. In the middle is Gomez, and Eddie Gomez doubles our lead. We're still not even close to being finished, by the way. 34th minute, McClare flicks it on. Johnny Palmer gets his second. Cassidy on the left into the second half. Are we going to make it 4-0? Of course we're going to make it 4-0. Cross comes in. Gonzalez hits the bar, gets a second chance, makes it 4-0 early on in the second half. And we are still not complete just yet. Bacola, the £10 million man, gets a whole load of space on that right-hand side, just calmly plays it past the goalkeeper, making it 5-0. We are still not quite done yet. Because in the 87th minute, we've got Johnny Palmer on the right-hand side, cuts inside, finds Bacola once again. Is he going to shoot? Is he going to go for goal? He plays it across to Gonzalez, making it 6-0 in the North American Champions League final, and we've absolutely battered America once again. So as always, 4 trophies in the cabinet for our Montego Bay United side. Let's have a very quick look at the squad. Double-figure goal scorers. Kitenge managed to get 10 goals. Is he Jamaican? He's nearly Jamaican. He is Jamaican, but he still doesn't want to join the team, does he? He still doesn't want to do it because I keep asking him. He says no all the time. So Katenge's got 10. Bacola didn't play much, actually. 6 starts, 8 off the bench. Just the 11 goals for Bacola. Armstrong with 19. He's not that good, is he? We've got Diego Gonzalez at 22 with 20 goals, 9 assists. He's starting to get some game time now in the league, which is good because he's Jamaican. Johnny Palmer, 25 and 29 assists is madness. He's wanted by Saudi Arabia. We've also got Arturo Martinez, 29 and 21, playing as an attacking midfielder. At 32 years old, he's still really good. He's just kind of been silently going about his business, but scoring and getting basically double-figure goals and assists every season. Eddie Gomez, 29 and 17 from that left-wing position. Obviously, what we come to expect from Eddie Gomez. And then Fideli with 53 goals. 53 goals, 43 of them coming in the league. I think he was a sensible replacement. To try and replace some of those goals, Fideli is the man doing the business. So we've got 29 league goals this season, 53 in all competitions. Last season, it was 14 and 15 in all competitions. Fideli, I think, is going to be good. He is wanted, though, by a few teams, mostly actually in Italy. So we might need to try and fend those ones off, because I don't really want to sell him. I am contemplating getting rid of Devon Witter. I don't know if it's going to be this season or this summer coming or next season, but I feel like Devon Witter's time in our club might be on his way out. Also, our director of football, Bobby Clark, I think his negotiating's a problem, okay? And I'll tell you why. I probably haven't got any good examples here, but we've had, for example, the Vitale, the 50% selling clause, he negotiated it for £325,000. That's terrible negotiating. That is not what we need you to be doing. We've got no good examples. I think Aguiar as well was like 750k. That's not what we want. I think Collier was like 1 million. We don't really want that. We want a lot more because 20% of the profit, he's worth £31 million. Like 20% of £30 million is a huge sum of money. Anyway, that might be happening very soon. Maybe next season, maybe the season after. But we have won everything once again for our Jamaica side. Next season, we'll be heading off to the Copa America, where I think we might not even get out of the group stage.